Hi, Brian here. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's October 2025. A lot of stuff has happened. I've been on holiday, not been well, stuff like that. So yeah, life's getting in the way, been very busy and not really had much chance to kind of put any content up on YouTube. But you know I'm not that kind of serious YouTuber. I like to share stuff when I have it and when I've got it rather than for the sake of it. So yeah, pretty much the Angel Share Whisky Distillery 009 narrow gauge is pretty much finished. I have been noodling on it, been running trains on it, doing some shunting sessions, running the passenger cars in and out, and basically kind of enjoying it, doing the shunting puzzles that it was designed for. Put some extra details in here, some final details, maybe some things you see on here you haven't seen before, and I'll share that in this update, which is basically going to be what's arrived, different stock and stuff, ideas. I might share some ideas I have for this new layout I'm going to build. It's not going to be NAM 68 Redo. I've got that down there just now, the original NAM 68, and to repeat it, it just shows kind of the fact I'm not being very imaginative about it. So I've done two Angel Shares, a double low gauge one and a narrow gauge one, and I will be doing another Scottish layout at some point. There will be a whisky distillery involved, but it's going to be a whole different kettle of fish from the previous two Angel Shares. And I've still obviously got my HO scale layout, some scenery stuff I'm going to be doing on that. So there is plenty of stuff still to come in the train world side of things for myself. So let's not blather on anymore. I'll get into the video, show you what I've got, show you some of the ideas, and show you this kind of finished off as well. So thanks again for your patience, and I'll catch you in the next one. What with the new exclusive first editions bringing out their latest batch of 1-76 buses, I went online, had a little look, and the new ones are about 32 quid. I got this for 17 second hand, one of the original releases. It's the Alexander Y-Type Ford R114 Highland 22704. So yeah, got myself a bus, because you've got to have a bus when the trains aren't running, don't you? So this would be like the replacement bus service. I will weather it and whatnot, but I'll get it out of the box and give you a look at it. So there it is, the Highland bus, Alexander Y-Type. Kyleakin. In Scotland, they sometimes just run all these words together, letters together, and say these names quite quickly, rather than splitting them. But yeah, nice bus. I like the paint job on it. The Highland details on the side, a little badge, a little bit of weathering. That'll look brand new. Don't know if there's any way of putting passengers in it. Don't want to be touching the underside of that. I remember these buses. These were buses that I used to travel on when I was a youngster. They were kind of being phased out, but I certainly remember the back end of these as the school buses. Because sometimes between stops, kids would hang off this back window between one stop to the next stop. Absolute madness. Never done it myself, but I've seen people do it. Yeah, there we go. A bus for the future Scottish layout. It's yet to be properly named. So there we have it. My first bus coach. Very nice. So here is the new logo I've got for the future layout. Let's see what we've got in here. From Clark's Railworks, second hand. And I believe this is a limited edition. I think this is number 19 of 500. And you can see it's a Bachmann box. Class 37, of course. My second tractor. But this one is, let's see if you can see that okay there. Class 37-4 Diesel 37411, the Institution of Railway Signal Engineers, weathered. Let's get out and have a look. There we go. Famous Westie on the side and weathered with snow ploughs. Very nice. You can see there the weathering on it's pretty decent. BR blue, large logo, full yellow ends. Looks amazing. Another excellent addition. The start of my Class 37s. Like many of you, I probably have dozens of 37s. This being my second one. And again, Scottish based with the Westie Eastfield logo that they used to stick on them. So yeah, very much happy with that. And let's get it out. So I'll just take that off. Don't really like fingering the weathering, but it's probably been varnished. Got the classic Scottish car headlight on the front there. For an older Bachmann model, these details are still amazing. Some weight to it as well. Oval style buffers. Like the fact it's got the snow ploughs on it. Lovely. Very nice. Obviously has had a bit of a run. You can see the way some wear and tear on the wheels, but I would run it as well if I was the previous owner. Very nice. So I'll get it on the track and let you have a little look at it, and again we'll just have it running back and forward. But yeah, just having a look at the paperwork here. Trying to see what it says. There we go. So there's only 500 of these produced. Institution of Railway Signal Engineers in 1985. Locomotive still exists today and has been recently repainted in EWS colours and is named Tai Hafen, which is Welsh. Certify this model is number 19 of 500. So yeah, cool, great number. Very happy with it. So there we go. Exclusive for Model Rail. And I've managed to get hold of one. So we'll see what it's like on the track and we'll see it running. Now that I've given it a little oil and a little service and been running it on the rolling road for the past half hour, it's running really smooth now. And it also has a 8-pin DCC slot on it as well, so it will get DCC'd at some point. Not too fussed about sound in all my 37s. Some of them will have it and others won't. As you can see on DC control, it's a very smooth runner. Obviously giving it a little service has helped the chassis run that little bit smoother. So obviously I can't run this right round this layout because the loops are too tight for this size of locomotive. But we can run it back and forward on the track and gives it a little idea of it in motion. But yeah, very happy with this one. Like the weathering on it, like the light grey roof as well, and I'll probably do some weathering on that roof. So here is my Class 37. I've already lubed it and oiled it and whatnot, and it's running quite smooth. And now I've just got an 8-pin decoder. So I'm going to install that. I've removed all the little screws that hold the body onto the chassis. I'll get that off and I'll stick the 8-pin decoder in. That's what the background noise is. We've got our 8-pin chip, alright. I had to use this little device on top of it to apply some equal pressure all over it, and then use the heel of my hand to kind of push that in firmly. So we'll get it on the track, see how it goes before we put the body shell back on, make sure it's running in the right direction. And that's my first decoder I've ever bought and installed in a local. I know it's only because I've just come not long gone into DCC, and most stuff I bought that I wanted DCC came DCC fitted. So still got a ways to go as far as retrofitting DCC to a DC local, but when you've got this set up, it just makes it so much easier. So let's get it in the track and see how it goes. It took a wee second to actually get it going because I had it on 3, but the problem was that is when I hit select local, I'd put in 4 zeros, then the 3, which that must mean it's a specific address because I had 4 zeros and a 3 and it wouldn't budge, wouldn't move. And basically, because I'm new to this again here, basically all you do is just hit the 3, hit enter, comes up with a 003, and off she pops. So yeah, DCC'd. Yeah, very happy. Just need to get the body back on and secure the decoder inside, and obviously make sure those wires don't get nipped when I secure it back up. So there we go, first DCC set up on my Class 37, the Institution of Railway Signal Engineers. Lovely. So this is my weathered Bachmann Class 20, and I've also used the other 8-pin DCC chip in it as well, so all the locals will eventually have DCC in them and run really smooth like this. So I've acquired 2 new items for the future whisky distillery Scottish West Highland line layout, and one of them was the Rapido trains, express parcels. That's quite cool. BR diagram 1/8001, parcels NRV van. Can't beat a British Rail blue express parcels. That'll look great on a train. But I also got, which I've been after as well, this is a first, my very first Gronk. Yep, I got one of the new Bachmann Class 8s from TMC, and just got them to stick a decoder in it so it comes DCC ready. And yeah, very happy with it. This one is the Class 8 08329 BR Blue with wasp stripes. So let's get it out. The usual, comes with all the paperwork stuff, information booklet, which tells you where all the vacuum pipes etc. go, which I'd imagine I will be fitting, and the explanation of putting the DCC chip in. It's got roof panels and all that. Quite straightforward, to be honest, with the looks of it. Blanking plate and a Plux 22 DCC decoder, which is inside here. You can see there's the decoder. So I assume the decoder's fitted and that's the blanking plate. I have a bag of bits. I was explained where to put those little tanks that showed that on that diagram there. And some really cool little lamps as well. And obviously the parts that go in the buffer beam detail. So hopefully you can see that okay. Looks quite cool. But to the main attraction. Nice weight to it, ideal. I do love my shunting locos. Handrails are perfectly straight. I know Craig over at Iron Horse had an issue with his handrails, but these look spot on. The detail on it looks amazing, as you can see. Carefully turn it round. Yeah, handrails on both sides. Panels, these little handrails, obviously the door handrails, all of them are perfectly straight. Detail on the front's amazing as well. All a little bit of pipe work. The orange and the blue. The rivet detail is amazing as well. That's the rear end. Little window wipers and all that. Again, detail's phenomenal on it. Glazing looks good, nice and clear inside. You can see there's a detailed cab all painted in there. Hopefully you can see some of that. Very happy. I think we've won a watch with that BR Blue. Funnily enough, when I drive to work, I actually pass by a Class 8 in one of the Alstom engineering depots in Glasgow. I think it's a coach wagon repair shed in Glasgow. I drive past it when I go to my work and I see 08451 sat out there. So I definitely had to get a BR Blue one. And the detail on it, even the rods and whatnot, kind of quite fine, not as chunky as the previous ones. And all the detail behind there just looks amazing. And yes, it will get weathered at some point, so I'll get this on the track, do some close-ups, and my first Gronk, Class 8, 08329. Yeah, very nice, lovely piece of kit. Well done, Bachman, well done. So here is the Class 8 08329 BR Blue, Wasp yellow ends. Looks amazing, so let's get her running. DCC fitted. Should be nice and slow. That's just straight out the box, no messing. Excuse the shaky camera while I turn it around. That's a wonderful slow crawl. Let's do it in reverse. A little bit quicker. Oops. Very nice, very happy, slow running, backward and forward, just out the box. Now I'll run it in for the usual half hour each direction, and then we'll get it set up with some stock, including the little express parcels. Stay tuned. The bridge on the layout is still unballasted, so that was my next job up to finish the scenery on the bridge. As you'll see here, it's not ballasted, so time to change that. So that's my mix of N-scale ballast, a grey blend, a brownish blend, and a light grey blend. So I've just stuck different quantities in there, then give it a little shake. Help mix it up a little bit. And that's what we're going down over the bridge. Slightly darker blend than on the rest of the track. And when that dries, I will add some foliage as well. So yeah, once it's all dry, I'll put some little bits of moss, little bits of shrubs here and there along the edge. That's the first dab of PVA on. Didn't want to overload it too much because it is MDF, so I don't want to soak it too much. And there's a little bit of card here at the end, so again didn't want to soak that too much. But yeah, that's it. First layer of glue down. Looks a lot better with the ballast on it, that's for sure. I've added in some little bits of light green foliage, some blended turf, some other forms of dark green, light green turf, and it's all blended in now and join in with the rest of the layout. That's the first coat of the matte black paint on the front fascia. It's been well overdue, but it's made a difference already. I'll get a second coat on and finish it off. Due to the heat and the weather conditions, we've got a little warping on the roof panel. But hey, it just adds to the sky effect when you look at it underneath. So I'll get the second coat of the black on and I'll show you how that looks. That's the second coat on. Still patches are damp, but looks a lot better now. So here is the front fascia, all finished and painted. Certainly sets off the whole scene if we zoom out a bit. So for final details, we've got some detritus, little pump, cases, barrels, ladders, and stuff in there, little boiler at the back, some barrels there, barrels here, some discarded barrels here, some radiator grills, stuck the bus on the scene, all the barrels and stuff on the goods platform, and the people. So that's it, pretty much finished. Could add some more little final details. Probably will do as time moves on, but I've just been enjoying doing shunting sessions on it. I'll stick one of them in a separate video. Thanks for watching this belated and latest update on the Angel Share Whisky Distillery and all things Model Railway. Much appreciated for you tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.